Dead as a Doornail, Book 6 of the Stan Kraychik Mysteries. Author, Grant Michaels. Publisher, St. Martin's Press, New York. Narrator, Eric Aust. Chapter 18. At the station, I go up to Branco's office. I was all set to tell him about Selina Hightower and her connection to Gardenia and Sons, but that can wait for now. I want to know about the sex and violence between Chet the God Holton and Betty Crocker's long-lost twin, Myron, the shopkeep. Branco's assistant tells me he's tied up downstairs and probably won't be free for a few hours. The appealing imagery does not escape me. I head back downstairs and manage to catch Branco just as he's entering the locked corridor that leads to the interview rooms. "No visitors today," he says coldly and closes the door in my face. I consider waiting for him, but even if I hole myself up in the boldly place for the rest of the day, there's no guarantee Branco will talk to me. I might as well wait outside, where the weather is plain at springtime again. On my way out, I see someone I recognize from the police academy, a fine-boned Hispanic woman named Tina. We become good friends during the time I was at the academy. I even did her a big favor back then, and here she is now, an official rookie. "Tina," I say. "Stanny," she cries out. She gets up from her desk and gives me a big hug. "Look at you. What happened to your hair?" She runs her hand over my head. "You look like a teddy bear." "And here you are," I say, "a big-time cop." She rolls her eyes. They put me on inside detail for a while. I'd rather be on the street, and instead I'm transcribing interview tapes. Oh, propitious fate. Say, Tina, do you know if they brought a guy named Chip Holton in just now? Tina nods toward the door Branco just slammed in my face. "He's in there with the lieutenant." "What's going on?" "You know I can't tell you," she says. "Please," I say. I give her my warm, sincere look. "Just pretend I'm a cadet." "Oh, you," says Tina. "And those eyes." And then she gives me a rundown of the situation. Chip assaulted Myron in the back room of his store. Then he called the cops. They don't know what prompted the attack yet. A light goes on at the control panel on Tina's desk. She says, "Looks like they started. Any chance I can listen in?" "Listen in," she says. "In your dream, Stanley?" "You know better." "But this case involves me." "All the more reason," she says. "If we're going to question you, your story has to be straight." She smiles. "You know what I mean?" "But it's connected to the Tim Chignasi case?" "The kid who died yesterday morning?" I tell her, "That happened on my property." "No kidding," says Tina. "And since Myron knew Tim, maybe there's some connection to what happened now with Chip, and if I could just listen in." "Oh, Stanny," she says, "I don't think so. You know how it is." "Yeah," I says, relenting. "You're right. Tina, I understand. Fact is, she's a cop and I'm not. Say, that was some fun you had at the academy, though, huh?" "Stanny," she says, "when you were there, I had the best time. Remember I showed you how to fire a gun?" I flapped my limp wrist in front of her, and we both laughed the way we did when I showed her my unique technique on the academy's firing range. Tina may have excelled in all the manly phys-ed type aspects of being a cop, but I was the all-out champ in shooting. "Of course I remember," she says. "Right after you showed me that trick with your wrist, I passed my target practice test. Finally. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have graduated." "Hey, what are friends for?" I cast my eyes toward the interrogation rooms. I say, "I wouldn't mind a little help myself right now." Tina says, "What?" "Maybe we could do a trade. Color and cut for say." I nod my head toward the interview room. "A little listen?" Tina says, "Huh?" Then, "Oh, I get it." She considers the situation, runs her hand through her hair. "I don't know, Stanny." I give her my pleading look. "Stop it," she says. I touch her hair. A nice highlight would bring up all those natural flecks of gold. Tina says, "You did such a good job that other time." She mulls the situation a while. Then she says, "Maybe we should have a coffee later. Catch up on things, you know?" "Sounds great," I say. She tells me she gets off her work at 4, and we arrange to meet at a pushcart coffee bar a few blocks away. And then I leave the station like a big shot dick with inside connections. I've got a few hours to kill, so I take Branco's advice and go see a travel agent about a vacation. But as I'm sitting there talking about cruises and island holidays inside cabin, outside cabin, sun deck, promenade, blah blah blah, I know I'm just killing time. So I leave the travel agent armed with a pile of brochures. Then I head off to XUXUX, hoping maybe Angie has resurfaced from her family emergency. But the place is still locked up like a drum, absolutely dark. 4 o'clock rolls around, time for the rendezvous with Tina, my secret correspondent. The pushcart coffee bar is at one end of an enclosed courtyard. I take a table removed from the others and wait. When Tina arrives, she looks around to make sure no one recognizes her. And then she comes over to me. "Sorry I'm late," she says. "I almost forgot your gift." "Gift?" I say, as she hands me a small, brightly colored paper sack with handles. "It's from a bonbon boutique on Newbury Street called Odd Bard. The chocolates are flown in daily from Geneva. The prices are astronomical and the experience is just as cosmic." As I look inside, Tina says, "Happy birthday!" My birthday's not for 2 months. Then I realize she's trying to cover her criminal actions. Inside the bag, under a gaily wrapped box of candy, I see the edges of a bunch of cassette tapes. Tina leans close to me and murmurs, "Stanley, you were right. After you left the station, things really started jumping. Tim Chignosi's name was everywhere. So what I did, I copied the interview tapes for you. I didn't label anything, so you'll have to figure it out. But they're numbered in the order they happened. Some of the subjects got questioned twice, so it might get a little confusing. But do me a favor after you hear these, okay? Just put the suckers under a broiler until they are one big pile of melted plastic." "Tina, I owe you." "You owe me nothing," says Tina. "But here's one more thing that's not on the tapes. They brought this woman in for fingerprinting. Real fancy type. Dressed to kill. Everything was money, money." "I think I know who you mean." Tina says, "Well, did she make a stink? Claimed her personal rights were being violated. She was ready to call in the Supreme Court. But through all that noise, I saw that she was flirting with the lieutenant." "No," I say. "Some dumb broad, huh? So what happened?" "What do you think?" says Tina. "The boss put her in her place." "Branco's some guy, huh?" Tina beams. "I'm very lucky he picked me to work for him. Would Branco have picked me if I had finished police school?" Tina says, "So he tells his dame, sometimes people have to yield their rights in a homicide case." "Branco said homicide?" "Yeah," says Tina. "Why?" "Last I knew, he wasn't sure. The man said homicide." "This is good," I say. "Now, maybe we'll get somewhere." Tina says, "So listen, this dame is moving her tits and ass all over the place, fluttering her lashes, and she says to the lieutenant, 'Am I a suspect?'" Tina manages a very good impersonation of Selina Hightower. So Lieutenant Branco looks right at her and says, "We can't exclude anyone, ma'am." "Stanny, you should have seen her face. All that dancing around for nothing." "Tina, I owe you big time." "I told you, Stanny, you owe me nothing. You helped me. Now I help you. You're the brawny one anyway. I belong on a beat, not inside typing up reports." "Thanks, Tina. I promise you personal hair care as long as we both shall live." "Sounds like we're married." "Don't tell your husband." A Gay Mysteries audiobooks. I think it is easy to hate a label, but a face humanizes the word. So this effort is twofold. To offer comfort to those like myself that your world didn't end because you don't fit into the view of acceptable society on both sides. And in hopes of helping those with family that are LGBTQ, that it doesn't mean we are aliens from the child they once knew. Reassure them so they can maybe be supportive at the same time, being true to their values.